Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all like my video, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me for so long. My family appreciates it as well, and we're going to keep this train moving. So this morning, what was on my mind is the concept of tough love within the Black community, right? And how throughout my years of living, I'm 29 years old, right? Black people have always spoken about tough love as if it was a staple within every Black household. Like it should be a concept or construct that should be utilized within every Black household. But the more I got older, I realized that tough love was really just a masking agent for certain parents to be bullies to their children. It was a way for parents to be overly harsh to their children unnecessarily and then label it as tough love, saying I love you, but I'm talking to you wild and crazy and obnoxious because this world ain't gonna be easy on you. You Black. This world ain't gonna be any easier on you. You're gonna have it rough, so on and so forth. And it's like, I don't feel that's necessary, you know? And this is the thing, man. Tough love is not holding your kids accountable for their actions or correcting them when they're wrong. That's just great parenting. That's not tough love. A great parent holds their children accountable, makes them responsible, correct them when they're wrong. They lead them towards the right path when they're trying to stray, so on and so forth. That's just great parenting, right? Tough love is talking to your children with degrading words, making them feel less than in an attempt to toughen up their skin for the rigors of the cruel world we live in, whether it be corporate America or everyday hardships as a Black American in this world. But the problem is tough love is often absent of compassion and empathy and the proper nurturing mechanisms that are essential to healthy social emotional development within children, right? I've seen people just try to display tough love, talk to their children like they were garbage at the bottom of their shoe, right? I mean, verbally abusive, physically abusive to them, using them as stepping stools when they were upset and angry with whatever they had going on in their world, right? I say that to say, you know, I've had friends who had parents that when their parents had a bad day at work, oh my God, their children would be the stepping stones for them every wake of the hour. And I know everybody has bad days, so you know, parent may say something here and there, but I'm talking about a parent when they had a bad day or a bad situation happen in their life, their kids took the brunt of it. And the parent just labeled it as tough love instead of recognizing, hey, I'm being wrong. I'm taking out my pain and my frustration on my kids unnecessarily. They ain't even done nothing, right? I've seen tough love displayed in ways that should never be. I've heard of it being displayed in ways it should never be displayed. I mean, tough love is not. I've seen tough love be displayed in ways that's just like, oh my God, like for real. This really what we doing out here? Like, I've seen parents be jealous of their children and just label it as tough love. You mad that your child is has a chance to do this and do that and go achieve these dreams and go to these heights that you never attained. And now you belittling your child, making them feel like they're not good enough to do that. They're not smart enough to do that. They're not cut from a certain cloth to do this and do that, even though you see that they're getting the recognition and the acknowledgement that they do possess the tools it takes to be successful in whatever realm that they're in, you know? And for me, I've noticed that tough love is nothing but dressed up trauma, where a lot of Black parents act as bullies to their children because their parents did the same to them. You know, I've seen parents reenact the abuse that they got from their parents. And they think that it's something they should continue doing because, hey, if I went through it, you got to go through it too. But a great parent would say, they would recognize, man, what happened to me was wrong. That wasn't okay. My mama and my pop shouldn't have talked to me like that. They shouldn't have did me like that. They shouldn't have treated me like that. They shouldn't have belittled me and make me feel like I was minuscule on this earth when we already know, we already got to deal with certain rigors as black people in America, right? And a great parent would say, man, that's not okay. When I have my children, I'm not going to talk to them like that. I'm not going to treat them like that. I'm not going to make them feel like they're the dirt at the bottom of my shoe. And they're going to switch it up. They're going to switch it up and be totally different parents. I'll be transparent with you all, man. My father has spoken about how my grandfather was at times physically abusive to them as children, right? He was a great provider and all that, and, kept a roof over their head, great with his hands, a quote-unquote family man for sure. But he said at times his father was abusive to them for sure. So when he became a father, he was not going to be abusive to us. He was going to discipline us when needed, right? If we needed whoopings, he was going to do that, but he wasn't going to beat us and just beat us and do all type of crazy stuff and talk to us like we were nobody and a person on the street and so on and so forth. He not going to beat us and abuse us. He saw how that affected him and his siblings. He like, I ain't going to do that. And I ain't going to say my grandfather, I never even met my father's father, but my father never said that his father talked disrespectful or talked to him like he was small or nothing, but he did speak about his abusive ways towards them, right? Towards the boys, at least, right? Not my aunt, not my auntie, but towards the boys. And he was like, man, it was something that he said when he got older, he was never going to do that to his children. He wasn't going to do that to his kids. And so he didn't do that to us. And but still we had a respectful fear of him. We knew that, hey, if we cut up, big man coming to get us. Pops ain't playing with us. But at the same time, my dad was cognizant enough to say, that ain't right. And I'm not going to label it as tough love and pass it off as like something that just is a rite of passage and something that is just necessary when it's not. Black folks try to pass off this tough love thing as a rite of passage or as something that's a necessary tool to be a great parent. No, it's not. Just use great parenting. It's great to show empathy, show compassion to your children, be nurturing, be disciplining it's great to show discipline to your children. It's great to make them responsible. It's great to hold them accountable. But it's not great to humiliate these children, to belittle them, to trample upon them figuratively. It's not good to do that. It's not, man. And again, a lot of black children's first bullies were in fact their parents at times because they were brought up in them harsh environments where conditions weren't really great. And when conditions aren't great, living standards aren't great, you have frustrated parents who maybe not making what they want to make. And so some people that's frustrated, they come home and they lash out on anybody in sight, which was often the children, and they took the brunt of it unnecessarily when it shouldn't have been that case, man. Even though things were hard and rough, but the kids shouldn't have got the brunt of that, man. So yeah, man, it's just an uncomfortable connection between tough love and the black community. You don't need to show tough love just show love. Show love and show parenting. And love is not always it's not just kissing you and just allowing a child to run over you. That's not love. Love is disciplining your children. Love is holding them accountable. Love is making them responsible. Love is correcting them when they're wrong. Love is telling them, guiding them in the right direction. Love is telling them, no, that ain't the way you need to be going. But love is not making your child feel like they're inferior in every single way and they need to just do whatever fits your needs. Because I see tough love is when parents got something going on, they don't give a damn about whatever their child is happy about. When they mad, everybody in the house needs to be mad, right? You need to, and the parents that display tough love make their child feel like, I'm mad, so you need to fulfill all my needs and duties before yours, right? I understand you trying to practice for some little assignment or whatever, or you trying to practice for your basketball game, but I'm mad now. So fulfill my needs right now. Now I need you to make me feel better. Go make me some food, come up in here and massage my feet and all that, you need to go in here and go to the store and do what I want you to do. You know what I mean? Or I'm pissed off right now. So damn you having to practice for your school play and all of that. No. What you gonna do is You gonna sit up in here, and again, I've seen parents, I've heard of parents doing this. You gonna go up in there and you gonna, what I say? Yeah, you gonna run and get this for me because I'm mad now. You're not gonna do anything that makes you happy because I'm upset. I don't want to see nobody else happy right now because I'm mad. That's that tough love parenting. Being selfish because you're in a bad mood, you want your children to be in a bad mood as well. That ain't good parenting. That's not. That's that tough love BS that black folks think it should be spread around, and that's something that should be just all within the household and within every black household within the black community. No, that's really dressed up trauma. Tough love is dressed up trauma. Tough love got parents, I've heard of this happening too, pushing their kids out of the nest way too soon when they're 18 years old, 19 years old, 22 years old, fresh out of college, telling their kids, you can't come up in here. Bye. You need to learn how to navigate the world on your own. Figure it out. I had to figure it out. No, you're not going to send your kids out into the world with no real leg up. No other race of people does that but us, really. Get out my house. You 18. You 22. You fresh out of college. Get out my house. You fresh out of college. Bye. Figure out what you're going to do. Right? Now, even if your kid 18, they ain't in school, let them get a job, stack up their money or something. Pushing them out of the nest, where they're not going to have any chance to be successful in this world, especially in these places like Chicago. Ain't no way an 18-year-old really going to survive on his own for real. He going to need a roommate or two just to make ends meet correctly. Because what successful job, what great job can you have at 18 with no degree if you don't have no trade experience or so on and so forth? If you don't have a real trade experience or job experience for real, like an 18-year-old wouldn't. But I know a lot of parents who do that and push their kids out of the nest because their parents did it to them. But I'm here to tell y'all, your parents were wrong in doing that. It was not okay. But I know parents that do that, man. They mad and they miserable about how their life is going. I'm going to make my kids miserable too. Because I had a miserable life and my parents kicked me out. You going to get kicked out too and you going to have to figure it out. And I ain't helping you. I ain't doing none of that. You need to go figure stuff out on your own. You got to go. Bye. Get the hell out of my house. Get the hell out of my house. That's horrible parenting. Horrible. My man's Melvin, he lives in Hawaii right now, right? And he tell me about how the different Polynesian families, they don't kick their kids out. Oftentimes the parents will leave the house to the kids and they'll go get another house, right? The grandmama will leave the house to the kids. They go get another house. And so on and so forth, man. It's just like, man, it's just that tough love is nothing but masked trauma. That's it. All that is dressed up trauma. We got to do better, black folks. Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.